Hello and welcome to this video where I'm going to be going over ChatGPT for storytelling or story writing. Before we begin, I do want to let you know, just have a quick look at this right here. A lot of people have been talking about this. It's been harder to log in. It says we're experiencing exceptionally high demand. Please hang tight as we work on scaling our system. So that's something that might come up. I don't know how long it's going to take, but in case you're having trouble using this or logging in, that's going to be the reason. With that being said, let's begin. So all you need to do is pretty much tell it what you want it to give you a story about. So at the bottom, true story about me, I put, write a quick story that talks about how James was enjoying his life as a personal trainer, only to be thrown on unemployment. Talk about how he felt and the idea that he had for being his own boss and starting an online business. So that's where I am with this. Let's click on this button here and see what we get. And then, of course, we can continue on from there after. All right, so we actually got a good amount here. And keep in mind, something I talk about a lot is that whenever you get a story, or like the previous video I did with real estate listings, it's not always going to give you the perfect information, right? It doesn't know everything about you. So keep that in mind. You can use it as a template and just kind of edit around the things that are incorrect and the things that are. Maybe you can embellish a little bit more. All of the accurate stuff, of course. So allow me to read this to you, and then I'll show you how you can just continue on from this to write more. James had always been passionate about fitness and helping others achieve their health goals. So when he landed a job as a personal trainer at a local gym, he felt like he had found his calling. For years, he loved waking up early to train clients, helping them build strength and confidence, and seeing their progress over time. He had a loyal following of clients and felt fulfilled by the work he was doing. However, all of that changed when this hit. I don't even know if you can say this anymore on YouTube, so you know what it is. I highlighted it there. The gym was forced to close its doors, and James was suddenly thrown into unemployment. He felt lost and unsure of what his next step should be. Like, obviously, this is different. This happened back in 2012, maybe a little bit earlier, around that time. So, obviously, this is a case where it's inaccurate, where you can just change it up, though. But as he sat at home feeling frustrated and helpless, an idea began to form in his mind. What if he could take his expertise and passion for fitness and create an online business? There were definitely plenty of ideas with that, and that's what happened. He quickly realized that starting an online business was the perfect solution. Not only would it allow him to reach a broader audience, but it would also give him the flexibility and freedom he desired. With that, James set to work creating his own website and building an online fitness program. He poured all of his energy into it, and before long, he had a thriving online business that was helping people all over the world achieve the health and fitness goals. Didn't go that crazy, but what I can talk about. So what I want to do is talk more about this. Let's say, like, we don't have to use this as the entire story. Let's just say, like, this was great, this aspect. You can change a few things around. Now we want to continue, say, from there. So give me a second, and I'm going to write something here, and we'll go from there. All right, so I put continue talking about how James used a Facebook fitness page to build an audience of almost 100,000 people. Thanks to utilizing free traffic, he was doing very well until the Facebook slap happened. I don't know if you remember that. This was a long time ago where Facebook fan pages were so big when they first started. And then there was the Zuckerberg slap where it's like the reach went just to almost nothing. And ideally, they did that so people will use advertising instead, which is like the trend for every social media platform nowadays. But anyway, let's hit enter here and see what we get. All right, so it just finished up, and the story is really good. They gave us even more content here, and this just goes to show you, I'm not going to keep writing more of the story, but as a continuation of this, we can say, like, we love this aspect here. We can make our changes, and going from here, we're talking about after building an online business, we're going to be using social media, and then something happened. And then the next aspect is going to be like pivoting, going to a different spot or finding another way to make it work. But let's read this and then we'll be good to go. James knew that in order to reach as many people as possible, he needed to be active on social media. So he set up a Facebook page for his business and began posting regular updates, tips, and motivational messages. To his surprise, his Facebook page quickly gained traction. People loved his content and his audience began to grow rapidly. He put a lot of effort into engaging with his audience, answering questions, and creating a sense of community. He also shared testimonials from satisfied clients and provided free workout plans to help people get started. Not all of that is true, obviously. This was more of just a broad fitness page, but I remember I would post every single hour of every single day. I was really committed to growing this thing. And a lot of times that's what it takes. I remember a ton of people saying, like, you post too much, but obviously the results were worth it considering the fact I started with nothing and used free traffic to gain, an audience of almost 100,000 people. So I do remember that. Anyway, as his audience grew, so did his business. He was able to monetize his page by promoting his online fitness program and was doing very well. Thanks to the power of social media and the fact that he was utilizing free traffic, James was able to grow his business and reach almost 100,000 people. However, one day James woke up to find his Facebook page had been slapped. So this part is inaccurate here. This meant that his page had been penalized by Facebook for violating the platform's terms of service. All of his posts were being blocked and his audience could no longer see his content. Slapped, like I just talked about before, was where like everyone's reach was severely declined. You know, for example, if 30% of your audience was seeing your post, now like 2% was. And that's just a huge, I don't know the exact numbers, but that's something that I would have to edit. James was devastated. He put so much time and effort into building his page and had lost everything overnight. He felt like he had robbed of his livelihood. But he didn't give up. He researched and found the issue out that the problem was caused by a technical glitch. He contacted Facebook to get it back. Valuable lesson. James' story shows that building a business on social media can be a great way to reach a large audience, but it comes with its own set of challenges. That is a very good statement. I like that one right there. However, with perseverance and determination, James was able to overcome this obstacle and continue growing his business. So overall, this was a very good showing of creating a story. Like I said, this is mostly going to be a template. You start off with something that you want to talk about. And like I said, we could cut it off there. That's like the introduction. Next is going to be how we transition to Facebook. Of course, we saw that there was a problem, the Facebook slap. And then from there would be like, where do we pivot? Where do we go from there? And so on and so forth. But that's overall, in a nutshell, how you can use ChatGPT for storytelling, story writing, and some of the prompts that you can use in order to get some more information out of it. We can pretty much just keep going on and on about whatever story you want. I hope you got some value out of this video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. And that about does it. My name is James. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.